What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. This video comes from TikTok. It's multiple TikTok users that are here that are going to tell you that they are quitting their regular 9 to 5 job or 8 to 4 or whatever job just to pursue a career in TikTok. Mind you, some of these people are barely making it with a job, and they figure if they get on TikTok and do like makeup tutorials and other things like that, they can become a influencer and make it big. But my advice to you is, if you have a job 9 to 5, stick with that. Do TikTok, YouTube, whatever as a side hustle until you get up the amount of views, followers, subscribers, whatever you need in order to do that. People in my position that are retired, you know, that can afford to not go to work and to do TikTok or Facebook, you know, do that, but if you can't, don't just quit your job, because you're going to be SOL and you can end up getting your car repoed and all the other bullshit. Without further ado, let's see what they're talking about.
Not quit your day job to be an influencer just because Brand Flakes made $768,000 last year. I quit my job to be an influencer, and I want to tell you the pros and cons because I have a lot of regrets about doing that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, what's her name? Brand Flakes, your rich BFF podcast, and said he made $768,000 as an influencer last year. The internet is going crazy. One, assuming that all influencers make that much, and two, saying they're gonna quit their job, be an influencer, this is their sign. I'm getting scared because people are just taking that podcast clip, not actually following Brandon's advice or what he's been preaching for so long. He was pursuing content creation while he was in his full-time job. Very smart and strategic about when he quit.
See, that makes more sense though. If you're in your job, you're doing well, do it as a side hustle, because you never know what's gonna happen. Like we had the big thing where Trump was gonna, well, he got rid of TikTok for a day or something like that, and people were freaking fuck out. So to avoid things like that, make sure you have something in place already. Have some money saved up that can at least last you between 3 to 6 months. If it does fall through and you quit your job, you can have something that can help pay for everything while you look for another job or find something else to hold you over. Just jumping into TikTok like that one chick did that moved to Houston. I think she's from Atlanta. She moved to Houston. She had kids. She said she's going to be a full time influencer, and it didn't work out for her. And she ended up staying in a hotel with like her children. And then she's on the news asking for money, asking for people to help her because she just jumped right into it. Don't be an idiot. Because there are a lot of people out there that, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. I could play video games. I could be an influencer or a game podcast or whatever. And you may suck at playing a video game, or people may not like what you play or have anything, you know, interest in what you do. So always have a fallback plan. Don't just jump, without having any type of foresight into it, and then complain later that, oh, nobody's, watching my stuff. I got to get a regular 9 to 5 job. So avoid that.
He was in a good financial position when he was able to pursue this full time. He was brilliant. That's what everyone should be doing. And I
Exactly.
wish I did that more to an extent before I quit my job, because I quit my job and I feel like my life has been falling apart ever since then. I did until I hit about 95,000 followers on here before I quit. I made sure I had a 6-month nest egg.
See, exactly.
And matched or exceeded my corporate income for 3 full months before I took the leap and quit. Honestly, I wouldn't have quit, but my company had a return to office mandate. I was wanting to leave the area. I was wanting to become a stay-at-home mom and do content at home. In 6 weeks of quitting my job, my husband and I filed for divorce. The dream of being a stay-at-home mom was shattered for obvious reasons. Full transparency, I have not had a brand deal since Black Friday. My income has been very shaky.
See, unforeseeable events. You're talking about the divorce, brand deal she wasn't able to get hold of. So if you're not in that position where you have income other than yours, or you have enough saved up, don't do it.
Not to turn anyone off of content creation or pursuing content creation. It has completely changed my life. It was the reason.
Is that what women do? Like, that's crazy. She went through like 3 different shades of color already. You guys put all that shit on?
I
All
was
right.
able to separate from my husband. That supplemental income was the reason I was able to quit my job. But I worry that people are listening to that one clip and are not being financially prepared. Everyone's numbers are all over the place. I have a friend who has around 30,000.
Is that what women do on a daily basis? You put all this stuff on, and man, we wake up like this. We may, put lotion on or take shower, moisturize, but you guys do the most for real.
Followers, that makes 10 times the amount I do on LTK and Amazon and all the affiliate links. Everyone's salaries are all over the map, so that's why I really want people to be aware. Recognize that your finances can ebb and flow drastically through the years. Any entrepreneur or small business owner thinks
put it on to
happen
take it
that
off.
you don't anticipate. How would I recommend positioning yourself so you are in a position like Brand Flakes? Or what would I have done differently? I honestly wish I had waited 6 full months of matching my corporate income to make sure that I was actually able to sustain this. The creator economy ebbs and flows like crazy, so just be prepared for that. I also wish I had saved a larger nest egg and prepared myself since full-time salary, so I figured it was time to take the leap, and that was a big mistake on my part. I believe you should be able to support yourself without a partner. Whether your partner dies, whether marriage ends unexpectedly like mine did. If you have any advice or if you agree or disagree with me.
Pretty much it cuts off there, but don't be an idiot, especially if you have like a low paying job, like you work at like McDonald's or I don't know, Best Buy, Target. I'm not saying that, they're lower paying jobs. There's nothing wrong with those jobs. Make sure you have something saved up, because if you quit that job and you brag about you about to be an influencer, they may not take you back because, the grass isn't greener on the other side. But we're not going to take you back because you have no loyalty to the company. So you got to be aware of that also. Let's see what these comments have to say. Too late. Got laid off on Monday, so influencer life, here I come. I'm so sorry, but also excited for you. Like I said, it never works. It doesn't always work out for somebody. So, yes, always quit when you're set up for success. Thank you for being so transparent. Yes, love the transparency, and also true that creator incomes are drastically, very drastically. Just be, like I say, be wary of what goes on, because you never know. Something may be hit one day and 24 hours later, it may tank. So you never know. Agree. I accept that I am one of the ones that got laid off, so finding a job is rough. See? So it's pretty much the same thing. Just have a plan. Don't just jump into it.
Out. Let me give you a quick backstory. I'm a full-time stay-at-home.
Okay. Like I said, I have religion. I'm not a very religious person, but I have religion. But don't just say, I'm walking on faith. The whole Jesus take the wheel. Don't do that, because Jesus, he's there, but he's not going to run your life for you. You got to do stuff. So don't just, believe it on faith. You're going to be homeless.
Mom who decided to pick up a work from home job, right? Thinking I could juggle the two. Mind you, I have a 7-month-old and I'm currently 4 months pregnant. So yeah, no, it wasn't happening. I tried it. I just need something flexible. I need something that's on my time. Honestly, I feel like I need to be an entrepreneur or something in that lane.
She says she's pregnant, and don't do that.
I never took social media serious, so I think what I'm gonna do is really take it serious, take TikTok serious, and create this content. And we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna pray this shit take off, because mama need a check. Mama need to start making some money. So we just gonna pray. I'm gonna leave it in God's hands, and I'm gonna just pray to the Lord that something takes off. Now, let me also let y'all know, I do have a fiance who takes care of home, takes care of the bills, takes care of me.
See? Now she's caveating. She has something to fall back on. So a lot of people don't have that. So those just don't blindly jump into it. See?
And our family very, very well. Like, I really don't, I don't necessarily have to work. However, I want my independence and I want to make my own money again. I was a flight attendant, making really good money, had a really good career and stuff. Mind you, I could go back to that, but right now I'm on a 2-year baby bonding leave, which wouldn't be up until September of 2026. So I got time. And in the meantime, I want to make my own money again. So anyways, y'all gonna follow me on this journey. We're gonna see what it do. God, I know you're gonna look out for me. I just know it.
By way of your husband, because he has a job. So that's how she's being taken care of. Don't just jump into things like that if you have no fallback plan. You're not married. You don't have a significant other that you live with that's also taking care of the bills. If you just buy yourself all willy nilly, you're gonna fail.
To do content creation full time. How many followers do I have? 2,000 or so. How much money have I made off of TikTok? Here's why I did it though. I was a server and I was not happy. I was going into work every day, and of course there were other scenarios that played into the fact of making me quit, but I was like, you know what? This is my life and I can do whatever I want to do. If there are countless other creators over here, whoa, sorry, those are the cats. If there are countless other creators on here monetizing like crazy and making thousands and thousands of dollars off of TikTok, why can't I?
See, there it is right there. She sees the glamour in what other people are doing, and she wants to be a part of that, but she doesn't know their story of how they jumped into it, how they got started, or even if they have another job while they're doing this. She just jumped up, quit her job, only has 2,800 followers, and I'm going to make it.
Here's the other
Zero
thing.
money made off of
I
TikTok so
don't
far.
care how many times you have to hear this until it finally sinks in. But do what you want to do with your life. It is
I believe
your
that.
life.
Just be prepared for disappointment if you don't have any plans. That's what a lot of people, they do that and they don't think about what they're going to do next week or the light bills next month or the car payment the month after that. So have a plan. Don't just jump into it. Yes, your life. Have fun. Do whatever. But think about it rationally.
Your life. No one else's. And you have dreams, you have hopes, you have aspirations. They are there for a reason. And no one is going to make them happen but you. You've been told this a dozen times because it is true. If you need a sign to get off your butt and start doing it, this is your sign. You can do it.
She's going to put a lot of people in misery. This is your sign to do it. Yeah, you're behind your car payment 2 months, or, you're 3 months pregnant and you having issues with your baby daddy, your husband. But yeah, here's your sign. Go out there, do this, and good luck. Because when you fall, and you will fall, there's not going to be anyone there to help you. Because think about it. Your family may be in a predicament where they can't help you. Outside family, mother, brother, sister, stuff like that. And you may not have money saved up, especially because of today's economy. If you got money saved up, it's fine. If you had like a retirement coming in like me, fine. But if you don't do it. Plan it out. Do it part-time until you're able to get up the subs or followers that you need to before you can actually commit full-time.
I am terrified. I have bills to pay, I have things to pay for, and
It's probably funny, not funny, but she probably has like a mom and dad who's got money. So she has a fallback plan in a way. She's not gonna disclose that, of course. So be aware of that.
I am taking a risk. But the last time I took an astronomical risk like this, I ended up having the best time of my life. And now I plan to do the same thing again. So, if what the TikTok girlies are saying is true, please engage with this video to help me get my feet off the ground with creating a community here. I want to create a community, and I want to teach other people just like myself who maybe don't have someone in their corner to motivate them and to push them to achieve their dreams. Because I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for the people in my life who were pushing me and telling me all the things that I can achieve and that it is possible for me. And I'm here to tell you that it is possible. You have your dreams because they are already accessible for you. You just have to get up and do it. You have to take a chance, take the risk. You could lose everything, but at least you could say, yeah, I lost it all because I took a crazy risk.
I lost off because I took a crazy risk because I didn't have a plan. So it pretty much ends right there. Don't do it. Do it part-time. Have money saved up. Have a plan. Ensure you're financially stable enough to do it. And you're not pregnant or you're not about to go through divorce. So use your brain.
Me as I clear my truck out, because today is my last day working with this company and working for any company for that matter. I am going to do me. I am walking out on faith, honey, and I'm going to rely
Another
on
one.
TikTok money only. Let's see if we can make it, okay? For real. If y'all don't believe me, I'm cleaning my truck. I'm clearing my truck
What if
out.
Trump decides to stop
I am
TikTok
clearing
again?
my truck out. Yes, that's what we're finna do. See that? Uh-huh. Live off of TikTok. We are about to live off of TikTok and TikTok only.
She's a truck driver, so she could do TikTok at the same time she's a truck driver, because she could use that as content or YouTube, whatever, and do this full time until she gets up enough. Why not do that? Do it that way. That's more viable plan, a viable plan. But no, I don't want to work. I don't want to go out and do this anymore. I'm just going to go full time. That's crazy.
Please, y'all come with me on my journey. Come with
That
me on
is
my
crazy.
motherfucking journey. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this shit out. It's been a farewell. Taking me a quick break. Yep. I'm just trying to figure out, because they're not even saying no names. They're not even doing none of that. They're just putting it on things. Like,
All right. Well, yeah, that's what she's doing right now. Just getting food. No, ma'am. Keep your job. Exactly. Keep your job. Do your content. Okay, never mind. It was only a joke. Girl, I can't survive off TikTok. Not at this point. All right. See, if you don't read the comments, a lot of these women are taking it, or a lot of people are going to take it as face value what they're saying. They're going to just up and quit. You're going to be SOL. TikTok is going away June 19th. This came out on, about 2 weeks ago in May. China clearly stated they will not approve the sale of USA. What? No, keep your job and still do your content and start YouTube channel. See, exactly. Just keep it. Do it this way and you'll be all right. You guys made a video on app paying us based on talents and how long we did it. Fuck these jobs. Good luck, Miss Sis. It's hard out here. Do driving content. That's what I'm saying. Do driving content. Walking on faith, you got this. Yeah, you can have faith, but you also got to do the physical part, because it's not going to just come, bam, land in your lap. Like, you got it, You got to do something. It's pretty much the same thing. We believe in you. Girl, it's up to you. Good luck. Invest, dividend paying companies. Keep pushing, sister. Go, girl. Yeah, it's the same thing. Girl, boss up type stuff.
Charlie, I am so scared. I'm so freaking scared. I updated my resume and I've started applying to jobs. Truth is, I am not made for the corporate world. I really am not. Quitting my job last year, there's so many things that have happened that I was like, okay, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be good. I can just do this. And that didn't happen. I had seen so many videos like, don't quit your job to become an influencer. Don't quit your job. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. I'm the type
Buyer's
of person
regret.
where I need to just learn for myself. I need to figure out stuff for myself. So I did it. And I'm so grateful that I'm in a position where I did not have to work for almost 2 years and I was completely fine. All my bills were paid. I was taken care of. I was well fed. I'm very grateful because I do recognize that it's not
She had
everyone
money.
that is blessed to be in a situation like that. So that is important for me to say. At the same time, when I tell you, I just know when you know what you want to do, what you're meant to be doing, what you're supposed to be doing, and then you have to go back to doing what you don't want to do.
Yeah, so like she said, she didn't work for 2 years because she had money saved up. She probably had a good job prior to doing this. A lot of people don't have that option or that opportunity unless you are retired. Like I say, people like me, you can stay up all day, game, do whatever that you want. If you choose to want to work a part-time job, you can do that while you're still doing something like what I'm doing right now, YouTube. So people who actually have a plan, it sometimes, or most likely will work in your favor. If you don't, you just want to jump into it because it looks glamorous, looks cool, and you just don't want to work just because you're tired of working or being, working under someone else that's your boss. Again, I can't say this hard enough. Plan it out. Don't just jump into it blindly because you will fail.
It sucks. It's really hard. And it's been really scary. And I've talked about it before. I have a degree in mechanical engineering. So I
Mechanical engineering. So she made a lot of money prior to quitting her job. So she stacked, like you said, for 2 years, she stacked up a lot of money. Like, again, I say, if you're working at McDonald's or Safeway or, doing DoorDash or, something like that on all those levels, don't do it. Just stick it out, save up, then do what you need to do.
I really do think that the corporate space that I was in before just was not for me. It was a very male dominated field. As you can see, I'm a girly. I'm a girly through and through. So my genuine hope is that I can find a job that actually likes me, likes my girliness, and is okay with it. I just want to work in a safe space where I feel encouraged, I feel supported, I feel like I'm doing work that I enjoy. That's ultimately really, really what I want. I actually
It's quite interesting. This is beside, outside of what they're talking about, that the different women and they're putting their makeup on, like the first lady, she's putting all this brown stuff on, and now this lady's putting like pink stuff on. It's like, how does that work out? How do you guys do that? It's like to match your tones. I'm pretty sure it's to match your tone, but it's just like interesting. Guys don't do well. Straight heterosexual guys don't do that. I see all these women do it. It's just like, it's weird. The things you guys go through just to put on a facade that you have flawless skin. Guys, we don't have that luxury. We wake up, this is us. We go to sleep, this is us. Where women's beauty relies on a wet wipe. We can wipe away your 1 to 10 level with a wet wipe.
have zero regrets about quitting my job and focusing on content creation. I've learned so much about myself in this time. I really hope that everyone in their life gets to at least take off time from their job and just like focus on life, even if it's for like a month, 2 weeks. My hope is that people actually get to experience that. Because that being said, I don't wanna.
Yeah, well, it cuts off there. Well, she just goes on. She don't want to go back to her job because she realized she probably 2 years not working. She probably did some traveling, bought a whole bunch of BS, and she her money probably dwindled down to close to nothing. So she has no choice but to get a job again because TikTok or social being an influencer is working for her. So like I said, have a plan, spend wisely if you have the money. Don't go buying up stuff, traveling, and end up have to go back to work doing something that you don't want to do.
As someone who has been creating content for years now, one of the things that I will never get behind, I personally cannot support, is anybody quitting their full-time job to prioritize making content. I will never support it, school or job. It just doesn't make sense, not logical, and here's why. Yes, content creation, money, opportunities can be much more glamorous than working a 9 to 5, especially if you don't enjoy it. However, we are now teaching younger generations that instead of having duality, instead of being multifaceted and having all of your dreams and ambitions, like you can have a full-time job and chase your dreams and ambitions, you have to pick one or the other. And with TikTok being so futile and like being able to be gone one day and come back the next, it is not the time to be quitting your job, your school, your actual livelihoods to make content that is
She's
subjective.
cooking.
And that at any time you could lose all your fame and have to go back to work.
It cuts off there. She was cooking though. But I'm just interested in,
Chase your dreams and ambitions.
okay, I'm looking at her eyebrows and like how close her hair is. That would annoy the hell out of me. I don't see how you guys don't like that. That just feel weird to me. If I don't know, maybe it doesn't. She don't feel nothing, but that's just weird. But yeah, all these women that quitting their jobs, well, some are regretting it and they're going back. But long story short, don't quit your job. Keep your job. Keep earning that money. Keep paying your bills to be able to support your life. Do influencing or TikTok, social media, whatever on the side on the weekends when you're not doing nothing or we have more time. Don't just jump into it and not have a plan, because you're going to be one of these people out there that we're going to see on social media crying about you have no money, you're about to be kicked out of your house or apartment, your car is getting repoed, you don't know what to do because you can't find a job. Don't be one of those people. But that's my thoughts. That's my comments on it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you next video. Peace.